gentlemen, here we are for the Lagoon 78 webinar, live webinar. I've been told we have people streaming from all around the world. Our IT person has said we've got people from Miami, the Philippines, China, France, and of course in various places here in Australia. So I'm going to show you guys firsthand this boat. This boat is for sale. It's 4.3 million euro. If anybody has any questions along the way, please just put it into the chat box, and I'll be prompted as to the questions from our IT person, and I'll try and answer them as we go along. Alrighty, well look, once again, the Lagoon 78, we're talking 78 feet long, just under 24 meters and 11 meters wide. She has a range of 4,000 nautical miles with an 8,500 litre fuel tank. As you can see, it's quite an impressive vessel on the dock. We're here at our Gold Coast office, which is in the boating hub of Australia, here at the Boat Works. So let's go for a walk on board and show you this magnificent vessel. Straight away as you walk onto this vessel, you'll see and feel the sheer volume of this boat. You know, we're talking a 6-foot span of walkways all the way around this vessel. Nice high rails, very safe, very secure. You've already got a stability factor of 11 meters of beam here on this boat, so having the high rails isn't completely necessary, but it adds a lot of comfort for anyone walking around this boat. As a traditional catamaran is, we have 2 engine bays here on the aft. I'll get a bit more into that later on in the walkthrough, but let's go inside and have a quick look. So TMG, the Multihull Group, we sold this boat a couple of years back to its current owner. They came from a big boat background. It's had a professional crew on it since day one. It's been completely under TMG's guardianship, so we know this boat inside and out. We've got full history, full reports of this boat. It really has a great history, and as you see, it's ready to go and turnkey. So let's come through. This aft cockpit area, as you see, we only have it set up for the moment for 4 people. It wouldn't be difficult to fit 8. Nice, solid teak table. Full cushions, as you see, all the pillows. We've got 108 pillows, so there's plenty of decorative pillows. Straight, actually, just to your left, or aft here, you'll see just as you get on, we have a wet bar, little sink, and the first of the little drinks fridges. And on the opposite side, we have an ice maker. As you see here, we have entrances to the galley, which is off the aft deck, and as you see as we walk through, an area from the crew quarters as well. But look, come into this saloon area and really feel the sheer volume of this area. We have a nice dining table already set up for 8 people, very spacious. On the starboard side, we have a nice lounge settee area. Once again, you could fit quite a few people on this lounge. Very, very spacious windows, which is Lagoon's DNA. Big windows, lots of light, lots of air. So we have a standing head height here of 2.1 meters. So for anyone who's tall, this boat is not an issue whatsoever. It's all on a Somfy remote system, so from one click of the remote, everything goes up. Once again, everything goes back down. If we come up forward here, we've got a nice lower helm area. Obviously, this isn't the primary helm position, but if the weather was foul and you didn't want to be upstairs, this is your secondary helm. We've got our throttles. We've got the autopilot come steering joystick, and then we have a nice twin Simrad display. Obviously we've got the chart plotter, you know, radar, all those sorts of things. This boat's fully equipped, ocean going. We've got commercial communication on the 2 satellites up on the roof, up on the arch up there. There is just a massive inventory of electronics and upgrades that this owner has put on top of the factory options, which pretty much every box was ticked from the moment this boat was spec'd. As you see forward, the Lagoon 78 has a walk-through to the foredeck. It's a nice, safe, secure, watertight door. It's a very, very nice attribute to this model to be allowed to give an airflow through. You don't always want to have your air conditioning on, so to have this door open, the air conditioning isn't on right now, it is a little bit cooler, I must admit, for Queensland. But it's just a beautiful pass through. So obviously we have this forward seating area here. This is a standard feature on the Lagoon 78. Real nice little spot if you want to have your morning cup of tea, coffee, or a little chat with your friends while you're underway and watch the vessel drive along. If you come straight through here, through these doors, you'll see there's a nice, safe, secure drainage area for this well. We also have a really lovely lounge area for this foredeck. As you can see, we've got a pretty big area up here, very suitable to throw some chase lounges on. A nice ping pong table or badminton. You really got endless possibilities up here. We can house quite a few people. But it's just a huge, huge, beautiful area. There is, especially for the hot areas, and here in Australia, we really do need it, is an awning system. So there's a double carbon fibre poles that go into the slots, both port and starboard, and then they fix onto the roof up here. So you really have a nice protected area, once again, for your morning cup of tea, or just while cruising underway. Under here we have a very large locker area. Once again, we've got chain lockers, storage, and to our far starboard side we have a little dive compressor as well. All this comes with the boat. So I've been told we have a question from Emily in New South Wales, and she asks how much refrigeration is on board this vessel. First off, on the starboard side, we have an ice maker built into this wet bar area. And on the port side of the wet bar, we have this beautiful stainless steel fridge, perfect for drinks. I think we're talking 60 something litres here with this fridge. On the back deck, we have another 65 litre refrigerator. Down in the galley we have, I believe it's about 400 litres, the fridge and freezer down there, domestic size. And on the Flybridge we have a 90 litre fridge. So we're talking one fridge on the rear deck, another ice maker on the rear deck too, refrigerator and ice maker on the Flybridge, refrigerator and ice maker here in the wet bar, domestic fridge in the galley, and also, which is actually a very nice feature and I can't wait to show it to you, is a under deck deep freeze, so there's extra freezer space. A really nice spot. Anyone else have any questions while we're in this area? So James in Queensland, northern Queensland, asked where's the TV for the saloon. So let me show you up here. It's built into the roof, really nicely recessed. You can either use a remote, or over here we have really nice large, I think 50-inch TV, I believe. The really nice thing with this TV is right now we're going straight aft. So if you're on the aft deck and you got the football on, the soccer, Bold and the Beautiful, you can be watching your TV. Now, if you want to watch TV while having dinner or in the on the couch here, you just turn it like that and you can have it with the TV, for your dining table, or the other way should you be here on the couch. So it spins right around. TVs in every cabin, pop-up TVs. So I may not show you every single TV unless you specifically want it, but there's a pop-up TV in every single room, including the crew quarters too, which is quite nice. So guys, let's go down to the owner's cabin, and if anyone has any questions in that area, let me know. As you see here, like the attention to detail, they've got, you know, nice stainless steel handrails all scattered around the boat, wrapped in leather. It's a really nice little touch, but it matters. How's this space in here? Once again, plenty of head height, plenty of natural light through the almost a bit of a staple now for Lagoon, with these big hull windows on all their models, including the sailing line. But a very, very ample owner's cabin here, quite large, king size bed. A few other nice little details, guys. If you just zoom in here, everything's nicely discreet, right? So you've got a leather banded storage here. Your air conditioning and stereo systems all nicely put away under the stainless steel plate, including power points, USB outlets in every cabin. As you see here, this owner, seasoned boater from big super yachts in the sort of 60-meter range. He likes to watch where the boat's going while laying in bed. So this was put into the boat. Also, just a little attention to detail. We've got a cover that goes on it. Obviously, we're not in the weather here, but you know, he wanted it wrapped in the same leather that's all over the boat. So that's the sort of detail that this boat has been taken to. Up forward here, we have a stunning walk-in wardrobe. Plenty of room for everything. Look at this, you know, pull-out drawers for everything. Nicely finished in leather. You know, heaps of space. And even if you look into here, we have heaps of hanging space too. For the ladies, we've got lots of height for dresses. But yeah, there's drawers everywhere. Air conditioning vents are obviously there too, and this is quite nice. A nice safe for security for your personal belongings, passports while travelling. As I said, this has got a 4,000 nautical mile range, so we're definitely in the you know, world cruising style boat. So to be able to have your passports there, jewellery, things like that, it's a nice addition to the boat. If we come in here to the bathroom, you'll see the beautiful finishes in here. A nice Corian finish throughout everywhere. Floors, walls, his and hers vanity. On the back side here, might be a bit difficult for our cameraman to see it all, but we've got a head, nice heated towel rack, and then once again, there's just storage everywhere for all your bathroom needs. In here, as you can see, plenty of space, plenty of height, an absolutely beautiful rain shower to enjoy, and then a handheld shower as well. Everything's beautiful, you know, nice Corian. Everything feels solid. It's obviously weight considered by using this material, but you know, this is super yacht standards. All right, from here, guys, we'll go into the galley. Once again, a nice impressive area on this boat, and from there we'll go through to the other cabins. Just a little feature I'll point out here. We've got the grey oak interior. You really do feel a nice wood grain on it. When you run your hand, it feels and looks very authentic. The wangy floor, it's a really nice combination of colours. This carpet is absolutely stunning to feel. It's very plush, very homely, something that you would want to have in your penthouse apartment. It definitely feels the same size of that. So all right, we'll go through. There's two entrances to the to the galley. One of them's off the rear deck, and then followed by going through the crew area and coming up through the forward set of stairs. But from here we'll go, which is quite nice. So this is an electric sliding door, so when you're not on board and you want to lock it all up, this all comes up. It's all mirrored, so there's lots of privacy and security as well. But let's come downstairs. Alright, so we're down here in the galley. This is pretty much set up still. As I said, everything's on here, pots and pans. It's ready, turnkey, ready to be enjoyed. Lots of Miele products from the induction cooktop. Oven. Got a Miele microwave and induction oven here in the rear. We've got a Samsung refrigerator. Huge, nice, good size refrigerator. Another freezer space here. So this is the 400 litre fridge freezer I was talking about earlier. Very nice. But what I did want to show you guys is down here we have an underdeck additional deep freeze. So nice space here. If you've got some fresh fish or extra things for a long range passage, it's perfect. What's actually quite nice here, right? So traditionally, if you're in a galley and they're down in the hulls, it can be maybe not the most pleasant of areas, but having these hull windows is great. You can be here for either your crew or if you like to cook yourself or maintain down here. You know, you really do feel like you're part of being up in nice open air. So ventilation is quite key, especially while cooking. So we have opening windows here, which is nice. An opening deck hatch to also bring in air, ventilation, whatever. Obviously if we're cooking there's going to be lots of smoke sometimes, so we also have a range under here as well. So on top of your hull window, you know, it'd be quite nice to be preparing food down here. Fans as well, included by this staircase to the rear cockpit. It's you're never going to feel claustrophobic down here preparing food. I will note something while we're here, guys. You may see up here we have a little sensor. This boat is already equipped. This was an option that the owner put on afterwards. This is a back-to-base security system, so if anyone's off the boat for any period of time, we have a back-to-base security system on here. Down here obviously is crew quarters as well, so nice little settee area that you know, whether you want to be having breakfast down here or the crew, it's quite ample for any occasion. You can also monitor your position if you're at anchor, or any concerns of dragging. Everyone can always be alert in this area. As I mentioned earlier, we've got a TV in this area as well, and a phone system that goes throughout the whole boat. So whichever cabin you're in, your phone system can call anyone on the boat, or you know, if you want to get a hold of the crew in the middle of the night, it's easily done. There's heaps of storage too. As you'll see in all these lockers, we've got and you know, securing all your your plates and things, all the little pegs. everything could be nicely positioned in these lockers. But pretty much if you look everywhere, from underneath the settee area here, inside the cupboards, there's just plenty of storage for all your needs. Now, if we make our way forward, so the way this boat's set up, galley here, next area moving forward is the crew quarters, or the crew bed room. As you see here, good sized bunk bed, you know, you've got a king single size bed here, top and bottom. A little workstation, should you need to be doing your monthly accounts. And then there's plenty of storage once again in this area. A head just forward. It is a wet head, but with shower curtain hidden in the cupboard there, toilet obviously, and you know, quite nice, right? The factory have considered everybody on here, including the crew, you know, giving them a nice rain shower style shower, also a hand shower. So you know, the crew get to have a nice comfortable area as well, which is important too. Don Radcliffe in the Philippines. So he's asked, is it a 3 cabin only? Does it mean it can a maximum of 6 occupants? So look, good question, Don. What I'm going to do, and we're in the perfect position to show you this of what the owners did on this boat. This was a custom feature that they actually did, so this is quite nice. So you've already seen the owner's cabin. Here we are in the crew cabin. We just step forward a little bit and we'll go into the portside VIP. So once again, a very, very nice VIP cabin. Good size, nice lot of room here. But what you have this bed here. This would probably be considered the family room. So, and this is what the owners of this boat did consider when they built this boat. So you have a bed here for mum and dad. Further forward, which would traditionally be another crew cabin up in the bow of the boat, they actually made it join together with a joining bathroom, and they still get an independent bathroom both for each cabin. So come with me, guys. We'll keep moving forward. I'll go through this complete cabin, and then I'll show you into where the kids can sleep. So we have a toilet here, behind here. Once again, nice ample space. Large shower, once again, all Korean finishing. Lots of natural light coming in. And then if you were, let me just turn this light on. So it was on. Here we go. So this would have been the second crew quarters if you needed additional crew. So which once again would be an access through the deck hatch. Now obviously safety is a bit paramount if you were to put children up here. So they don't have to go through this little hatch, and they can come straight through this area. But once again, you can fit 2 more people here. So essentially we've got 2 here, 2 there, the owner's cabin and the other side. We're already at 8. We've got 2 for the crew in the aft, and in this same space on the opposite side, we have another bedroom as well. So we have heaps of beds on here if you need it or want it. Once again, this is the shower, toilet, or if you know, everyone can share that bathroom back there. As I talked about before, pop-up TV. So this is an electric lift, but there's a nice TV in there. Heaps of hanging space. Quite a little smart thing they did too. They made a recess in here, so if you do have a longer clothing, you've got heaps of room there. Little workstation. And you know, as I mentioned earlier, if you lift up, there's all little secret nooks and crannies, but if you lift up this area here, you've got your USB chargers, HDMI inputs, power points, you know, all nicely recessed here. Looks very nice and plush and aesthetic, which I absolutely love. Speakers all throughout the roof and scattered throughout the boat. There's plenty of things that are on here that I'm probably not pointing out, so you know, just ask me any questions along the way and I'll happily answer. As you see, once again, security. From here, guys, we will actually, I'll just show you here too. Actually, might be a bit difficult for us all to see, but nicely recessed here into the timber work. Might be a little bit difficult. Is monitoring, so your power, fuel, water, it all comes here. It also goes through the navigation screen as well, so this is your primary monitoring space, I guess you would call it. And then down here we've got all our AC breakers. Once again, inverters. We have some big inverters on this boat, so you don't have to run your generator. You can save on fuel, but also nice to be in silence as well. So I believe Chad in Fort Lauderdale, he has a question about the inverters. What size are they? So we got Victron 2 5,000 watt inverters. So we've got 10 kilowatts of inverters on this boat, which is, you know, you're not going to run your air conditioning all night on, but you can definitely run a good amount of power through the inverter system. I'll actually point out too, while we're here, we've got the main control for the air conditioning. You can also do that in the engine bay, but we can also switch it on and off from here too. Is there washing and drying amenities on board? So come down here, sorry. Once again, two nice Miller products. Dryer up top, washing machine down here, domestic size dryer and washing machine. Alright guys, let's go back up here. Just to talk further on the inverters, under here we have quite large storage under the floor where the house batteries are housed, also the inverters. So the big Victrons are down here. And actually something I missed earlier, which I apologise, talking about the refrigerator question. Over here we have an isotherm wine fridge. 18 bottles we could fit here nicely, and all protected so they don't clank around while underway. We've got one more cabin to the rear, so this is the starboard aft cabin. Come down here once again, plenty of handrails, nice and safe. This is actually quite a nice little cabin back here. Shouldn't say little. Good queen size bed, plenty of ample light. Storage. Now here's a little note I will add. On this boat the owners did opt, shouldn't say opt, as a custom upgrade afterwards. They added additional storage down here for their guests. So that was the sort of people they were. One of their guests had a comment that they wanted a little bit more storage down here. They were spending a fair bit of time on board, so they built a cabinet for them. It's very kind. I'll show you, we've also got a head further forward. Yeah. Another nicely Corian finished shower area, rain shower, handheld shower, and a blue toilet on the other side. Both sides, port and starboard, you have a nice little sun lounge area on a retractable. I'll show you. So that can recess right back. Obviously, you can have it in several different positions. Very nice little feature if you want to read a book while underway. Huge storage actually. While we're back here, guys, talk about the storage that's under here. Let's have a quick look. And this is another quite impressive feature with this boat. You see under here, we've got a full array of cleaning products. This boat is, as I said, turnkey, ready to go. You don't even have to buy soap for this boat. It's got the brooms. On this side here, and all these tools as well. You know, we've got battery drills, tool bags, everything's here. Sikaflex, everything's here. We've got spare filters. There's a massive list of spares for this boat, guys. So doesn't get much more turnkey. And you know, everything's nice and tidy. That's how this crew operated from day one. Everything's in storage boxes, so nothing's going to roll around. So they're personal life jackets. You know, there's plenty there. Grab bags. In the other side, there's just as much. Nice, easy, on the aft deck, ready to go. Hopefully you never want it, nor should you need it, but you need to have it. So Charles, I believe, who's in China, asked about the tender. So it's a Williams diesel jet, 445 diesel jet tender. It's on the hydraulic platform here, so nice. I've actually launched this boat several times, very, very simple, on my own actually. So it's on the hydraulic platform, goes right down, launches off, and then you may be able to see it if you look under the boat. You've got chocks, and they actually discreetly recess into the platform and become flush. So once this is all the way down, you have a full beam on the transom of a swim platform, which is very, very nice. I know on here, I'll just come around here, mate. They've got all electronics on it, all Rain Marine, from depth sounders. You've got a small little chart plotter, VHF. Anyway, it's a very, very nice unit, and being diesel too is really cool because this boat isn't set up for it, but you could always bunker and fuel this boat from the mothership. At least you don't have to store petrol as well, which is quite nice. Williams 445 jet tender, diesel jet, sorry. But as you see up here, look, what another massive area. There's several different configurations up here. These owners went for the fixed sun lounge on the rear. The secured tables here, these do fold out. I might just quickly show everyone how it works. But you've got a leaf here. This leafs into to meet the centre. Two-handed operation. And once again, you could have another dining table up here for at least 8 people. If you used every table and you had a big group and everyone was happy to be segregated, you know, you've got 24 people at minimum that can dine on this boat comfortably. As you see here, just to demonstrate, pardon me, you know, very nice seating area. But this is a stunning Flybridge. As I said here, we've got this huge lounge area. I've opened the electric roof. This obviously all encloses as well, but you do have an electric roof here. So at night time, laying out here, looking up to the stars, or getting a suntan during the day. Now I'll point something out here. The owners of this boat did, as an aftermarket item, custom made all the enclosures for here. with you know, very nice material. It's quite rigid, so they come from a colder climate area where enclosing this area is a bit more mandatory to enjoy this area. So as you see, it's fully enclosed, but it can easily be removed. To walk you through some of the features up here, this would be the primary helm position. Once again, duplicated Simrad screens from downstairs, easy control, you know, your lights, your navigation lights, turning your cockpit or your Flybridge lights on and off. Autopilot, got to have autopilot. This one here is for the remote spotlight on the roof. Chain counter, so you can operate, you can drop your anchor from here. The man in charge can be obviously through signals from the crew, but if the anchor's ready, he can just drop it straight from here, and he's going to know how much chain he's letting out, or her, sorry, and feel a bit more confident when anchoring. But once again, there is actually some communication devices. It's not here, but you do. Well, you've got the VHF here, and then there's also a loud hailer system as well, which is quite nice should you be communicating back and forth to anyone on here. Over here, once again, going back to one of our original questions of refrigeration, another nice Dometic fridge up here. Vitrifrigo ice maker further forward. Storage, and actually this is really cool. It's a Kenyan barbecue. So there's two on this boat. There's one here and there's one on the aft port side. There's another little area there. I'm not going to say it's a gas barbecue, but it does cook very efficiently for an electric one. It's the previous crew who were on here. They used to cook here all the time. The captain, he loved his steaks, and he really did compliment this barbecue. So a nice little attribute. Extra power points up on the Flybridge. And I haven't got them out actually, I apologise, but we've got stools as well. So we do have stools up here for additional seating, but you know, what a magic little spot. Mr. Jenkins in Miami and says, can my partner and I manage this vessel on our own? So look, it's a big boat. It's a 78-foot boat with 11 metres of beam. I'm looking at both sides of the bow. There is a camera system that goes through the screen so you can see the back corners of the boat. I've actually driven this boat and manoeuvred it all by myself. I put it onto a T-head with some people helping me grab the lines. But yeah, look, it is manageable as for two people. The crew that used to run this boat, there was a crew of two, and through some, you know, obviously communication radios, they handled this boat as a team. So definitely easily. As you come to either side, you've got a good visibility down the whole side. So I know you probably don't want to leave the controls, but where's your tending lines and things like that, it's quite easy to take a couple of steps to start it, and I have a good visibility there. So Mr. Jenkins, yes, I attest that you can run this as with two crew or an owner and partner. But look, once again, back to the helm, nice, easy, analog displays. It's nothing too high tech in that realm, which is nice, you know. The John Deere engines are a very, very sound engine. We'll go into the engine bay shortly. If you look straight up there, you'll see the communication KVH. They're the 11s, so they're the biggest domes we could fit on here to provide the most amount of your biggest footprint for your satellite TV as well as satellite communication. So that was incredibly important for the owner to have the maximum size communication tools on board the vessel. So and it actually works. It looks quite nice. If we get off the boat, you can see the physical size, and everything looks proportional with the boat, which is quite nice. I was just told that we did get a new person jump in halfway through the webinar, Mr. Sanchez, I believe, from Barcelona, and he said that he chartered a 630 in Greece last year. What's the difference? Look, Mr. Sanchez, the biggest difference outside of the physical size, like where the 630 is a 10-metre beam, 63 foot long. We've got an extra metre of beam, so that all spaces being attributed to inside volume, hull space. The walkways are a bit wider as well. It does offer very many similar attributes. You know, Flybridge table up here. We do get a larger tender, which is quite nice as well. Through the 630 range is probably another big one, and a little bit more and more speed as well. I didn't mention it before. We do have the larger John Deere engines on here. So, you know, top speed of this is 19 knots, which is a bit quicker than the 630. But yeah, I guess from volume, speed, range, is probably the big key points between the two boats. So yeah, all right, guys. Anything else? Let me know. We'll keep going to the engine bay. Keep moving forward. So I believe it was Captain Drew in Airlie Beach asked about the engine bays. Let's jump down into here. Find the lights. Must be another switch to turn the lights on. I apologise. Look, just bear with me. Still plenty of light. We're sort of getting into the evening now, but down in the starboard engine compartment, obviously we have the two John Deere engines, 580 horsepower each one. We also have the Glendenning for the shore power comes in here, so your main AC power does come into your starboard side. We have air conditioning as well, 180,000 BTU, I believe, in this boat. I'll have to double confirm that, but large air conditioning capacity. Obviously we've got a big volume to keep cool, but everything's nicely placed. Very easy to get around. Little ladder to keep down to that next level. We have two generators on board the boat. Yeah, so this is the larger of the two. So we have 27 kilowatt Onan generator on the starboard side and 19 on the other side as a backup, or if you want to have all your air conditioning running, if you want to run all your cooking appliances, just have everything running, you may want to fire that one up too, or use a smaller one for nighttime running of the boat should you not have everything running. But once again, everything's very well been maintained, everything's been serviced to the standards of John Deere, the generators as well through Onan. Recently we had the Cruise Air representative come through, give a full once over of the air conditioning system. So as I said, everything's turnkey, ready to go. Everything's actually really well labelled too. You know, I don't know if you can see from up there, but every single hose, every single wire is labelled, which is quite nice and refreshing too, because you know, you may not have the same crew or the same owner through its whole life. Obviously, as it's going through a change now, it's nice for the next person to jump on and instantly be able to jump on, fire things up, and know exactly what they're looking at. So, 3 big chiller systems here. Down the back we have the hydraulic packs, but everything's very, very easily accessible. You know, even for taller people, it's quite easy to get to. Look, I'm 5'9.5", taking every bit of space there, but you know, we've got plenty of room. You know, you're sort of 6.5 foot tall, wouldn't be a problem in here whatsoever. So here is the engines I do know, for those who are going to ask this question, it does say Nanny Diesel on the side, but Nanny and John Deere are the same company, and so these I believe are the N13s, 580 horsepower. As you see, double rake horse system. Apologies, the lights aren't on here at the moment. I'm not sure what I'm missing, but nothing like a bit of live video to for something to go wrong. You see there's the sea strainers there, very easily accessible. Your raw water pump for the air conditioning as well. So once again, like, nothing is really out of the way or difficult to service, which is quite important, because that all comes down to a cost as well when technicians need to be on board for longer than necessary. Twilight time too, so you really get to appreciate what the lights are on this boat, and how beautiful it is. It's actually worked out quite well. Unless anyone really wants to see the port side engine bay, I might skip that. As I said, we've got the smaller and optional 19 kilowatt generator in there. So as I said, every box has been ticked. Boat's full of safety equipment, from your life rings to some beacons over there. These are quite cool. This one's in the up position, but we have the pop-up cleats, and they're scattered all around the boat too. As you see down there on the stern, we have a pop-up cleat down there for docking. A nice full clears around this whole area, which is quite nice. Obviously you can roll them up. They will tuck away nice and discreetly, as you see in the back here. They tuck up nice and discreetly into the roof. So it is very, very well appointed. Just go through one last little walk around there. We've got the Bose speakers here. So it's a Bose sound system throughout the whole boat. But yeah, look at this light. We didn't have this earlier, so I just wanted to highlight all the lighting for this boat. Guys, I'm going to wrap things up, unless anybody else has anything more they wish to ask about this boat. It's a 2018 Lagoon 78, immaculate condition. The sticker price on this is 4.37 million euro. It's situated here at the Gold Coast, which is where our TMG and Yachty office is. We're at the Boatworks facility here, for those who are familiar with this region, which is the boating mecca of Australia here. We've got an awesome facility and a stunning boat. So if anyone can make the move and come see the boat in person, I'm more than happy to show anyone around. Get in touch with us at the Multihull Group or Yachty. Yachty is our brokerage office of the Multihull Group, so give one of the team there a call. I'm more than happy to do another one-on-one walkthrough with anyone for this boat, but I'd rather come and show you in person. So anyone who can travel or get here, I know it might be a little bit difficult for some of the other people who are abroad at the moment. I really do appreciate everybody who did come along and spend time for this webinar. All right guys, well, stay safe and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.